Hey, what's going on, everybody? David here, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be my spoiler-free review for Avengers Infinity War. It's been about 5 days since I've seen it, and many of you are going to be asking, well, David, why didn't you get this video up sooner? Well, it's because, honestly, I had to really let it sit and simmer for those 5 days. This is a big movie, you know, and a really much anticipated movie. And I didn't want to go and do reviews for it and then, you know, just kind of do spur of the moment type of things and then forget key elements or certain things that I really wanted to include. So I had to let this really sit with myself for a while. Now, this is the culmination of 10 years and about, I believe, 18 movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is huge. Something like this has never really been done before. And it's impressive to see where we began and then to see where we're at now. It's astonishing. It really is. And definitely this movie, it's a lot to take in. There's so many things happening, so many things and stories going on, so many characters, you know, in and out of scenes and things like that. So, I mean, it's a task. It really is. But if anybody can do it, and they've already basically proved it with Civil War, is Joe and Anthony Russo, the Russo brothers. They managed to make the characters and story flow so perfectly. Now, I don't say this very often, especially with an Avengers movie, but this might be my new favorite movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For a very long time, up until this point, it's always been Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Now, if you've seen my other, you know, I guess reviews or unboxings and things like that of the Marvel stuff, I've always made it a point to say that Captain America: The Winter Soldier was my favorite movie in the MCU, just because it flipped the script on everything. It really changed the playing field in the Marvel Cinematic Universe moving forward. Now, with that being said, this one does that, but times 5, times 10. It really does. It pushes everything to another level. It's so insane how intricate the pieces are. Literally, you're seeing a chessboard, and all these pieces are there, but yet the Russo brothers managed to create and play a perfect game of chess. And it's amazing to me how they were able to do that. The running time for this movie is about 2 hours and 30 minutes. And legit, I kid you not, I wanted this movie to go on for another hour or two. I could have sat there in that theater and it would have still had my attention 110%. It's not every day that I say that you know, that I just witnessed a near perfect movie, but this one is one of them. It really is. And I'm not just saying that because I love superhero movies or I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is legit a very impressive feat in filmmaking, with this many characters involved and still being able to tell a proper story. Now, with that being said, I do feel like we could have spent a little bit more time with certain characters and things like that. But honestly, that's the price you pay when you have a movie of this magnitude. You know, you're not going to be able to get, you know, 100% what you want out of it, because they do have to trim certain performances, or they have to spend more time with certain characters, just because of, you know, storytelling, you know, wise. But I loved it. I really love this movie from start to finish. The villains were fantastic. Thanos, I will legit say that he is probably one of the best villains right now out there. Rivaling, it's very hard for me to say this, but could be even rivaling, you know, Heath Ledger's Joker. Maybe not to that degree, because Joker was that Joker was a different kind of villain. He was more of an anarchist and more set in real life. But in terms of villainy and the things that are done, to these heroes, he's right up there with them, I think. I do feel like the CG in the movie took me out of the story just a little bit. Took me out of the movie just a little bit. It could have been... and it's hard for me to say this just because I know... I can tell all the work that's been put in. So I don't want to downplay or trash talk anything. But there were some moments that looked a little too cartoony. You know, I mean... but again, that didn't bother me that much. It didn't take me out of the movie, you know, to like this huge degree. I was still in it, you know, 110%. Josh Brolin was fantastic. You know, sometimes I've always said, even with Ultron, that James Spader's voice didn't match Ultron very much. Not in my opinion anyway. But Josh Brolin just like completely killed it as Thanos. You hear his voice, the bass in his voice, and that's what you would expect out of the Mad Titan. So it was amazing. You know, I would say the Black Order was another great group of villains as well. I'm glad that they kind of built them out a little bit more, and they actually felt like real threats in the film. They didn't feel disposable like some other villains do in some of the other, you know, superhero movies and things like that. They actually felt like threats. Like they were pretty intense. And yeah, I really loved the movie from start to finish. It was fantastic. I will say again, this isn't a spoiler. I've never been in a movie theater where when the credits rolled, my theater was dead silent. Usually with a Marvel movie, there's you know, uproarious applause and clapping and woo, yeah. It was so odd. And weird. My theater was completely silent. Let me know in the comments below if your theater was as silent as mine was. You could literally hear a pin drop. And to me, that was a testament to the Russo brothers and their method of storytelling, the story that they did tell, and there was like this rush of emotions. I made mention that Civil War was probably one of the more emotional movies for me watching it. Just the whole third act was very like, oh my god, you know, it's very emotional. This one tops that, like so many times over. The emotions that came out of me were just like, it was just so many of them. I don't want to give too much away because I do plan on doing a spoiler review for Infinity War pretty soon as well, probably within another day or two, and we'll go in depth. We'll go in depth. But yeah, no, there was so many emotions flying everywhere to where I think the theater just needed a moment, you know, and everybody, you know, after they do have a post-credit scene. That's not really a spoiler. There's only one, so just FYI if you guys haven't seen it. But even after that scene, like everybody just quietly got up and just silently walked out of the theater. It was the strangest thing that I've ever seen in my life. I don't think I've ever went to a movie where that was the reaction after it. It was kind of amazing to see, to be honest with you, because yeah, it's like a once in a lifetime kind of thing. It's kind of crazy, but love the movie. Like I said, I will be posting a more in-depth review very, very soon, because I've been now that I had it sitting for a while in my brain and in me. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it so bad, and I want to go through all the little details, all the little Easter eggs that I may have come across and things like that, and maybe even theorize for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So hopefully you guys will be there for that as well. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. If you don't get found it informative in any way, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, because I will be coming back with more videos as always. And with all that being said, we will catch you next time.